Yo, what up? Tuning to Mikey 215 Sports. We keep it 100 as always. Um, so look, the Eagles can beat the Chiefs next Sunday. There's a lot of reasons why I believe that the Eagles can beat the Chiefs. One of the reasons why is the run game. 2 years ago in the Super Bowl, I believe, what was the rushing stats? I just looked it up earlier. I think Miles Sanders had a total of, I believe, 7 carries for like 16 yards. And then I think Gainwell probably had 7 carries for probably like 26 yards. I think Hurts was our leading rusher with about probably say like 70 yards in that Super Bowl. So to have your QB1, the leading rusher in a Super Bowl, is not really the ideal thing that I would want for my team. So I actually forgot that Hurts was the leading rusher in that Super Bowl 2 years ago. That having your running backs in a game like that both under 30 yards is not a good situation for you to win that ball game. The run game in 2022 was just as important as the passing game that season. That's what got the Eagles to the Super Bowl. So that was like, I think that was really one of the reasons why the Eagles lost the last Super Bowl. Also, the Eagles didn't get no turnovers in the last Super Bowl. Not a single fumble, not a single pick. If I'm not mistaken, I think they only got 1 sack in that game too. And then also the defense. I don't think the Chiefs punted not one time in the second half. They didn't punt not one time. The defense didn't get a single stop. So it's like, yeah, that last BS call at the end of the game was corny. I think it is not the type of flag that you should have called during that time. I think it was a bogus call. I'm not going to say that call was the reason why the Eagles lost the Super Bowl because, like I said, no turnovers at all, 1 sack. Chiefs didn't punt at all during the second half. And what else? Oh, both your running backs had less than 30 yards. Your QB was the leading rusher. So you mix all that in, and that's a recipe for disaster in the Super Bowl matchup. So I think those were the reasons why the Eagles lost. It's just that call at the end was really unnecessary because I'm gonna stand to this. I said this 2 years ago, and I'm still standing on it. If it was the other way around, it wouldn't have been called. It wouldn't have been called. We don't know what Hurts would have done if he would have got the ball back. We don't know. Me personally, I think we would have got 3 points at the least and tied the game up, possibly winning the OT. But the fact that they didn't get that chance because of a bogus call, it kind of left a sour taste in a lot of the Eagles fans' mouth, including the players. But I'm not going to say that call was the reason why the Eagles lost. There was a mixture of all that other stuff that I mentioned. So with this Super Bowl, what I expect to see different is an actual run game. Now we got 2-6 back there. We got Barkley back there. So now I'm expecting a really important run game this time around compared to what it was 2 years ago. I'm also expecting the defense to actually get some stops this year. I'm expecting them to also get some turnovers. I believe that the Eagles defense will probably get 2 turnovers at the least against the Chiefs. I know that's crazy, but I think they're going to get 2. I do think they're going to get a pick, and I do think they're going to get a fumble at the least. One way or the other, they're going to force the Chiefs to turn the ball over this time. I don't think Hurts will be our leading rusher this time. Like I said, we got 2-6 back there. Yeah, and also the Eagles got out coached. I don't expect that to happen this time around. Fangio was very familiar with Patrick Mahomes. Now, granted, he never beat him, but the Eagles is not the Broncos. So that's that right there. Yeah, so that's what I believe is going to be a big difference in the Super Bowl compared to the one 2 years ago. I'm expecting to see a lot of different things this time around. I don't think it would be a crazy shootout like how it was 2 years ago. But then again, you never know. The Chiefs finally put up 30 points. the Eagles, we know they can put up a lot of points. So you never really know what we're gonna get with that Super Bowl matchup. Like I said, 2 years ago it was a shootout and it was a really good game. So I'm expecting another good game in 2 weeks. But yeah, so I'm expecting to see a lot of things that the Eagles didn't do in the last Super Bowl. I'm expecting them to do it now this time. I'm expecting them to make everything right that wasn't right 2 years ago. Because Miles Sanders rushing for 16 yards as our starting running back is crazy. Like that's crazy. I almost forgot that. I know he wasn't part of the game plan. I think he fumbled once or twice, but the Chiefs didn't recover it. I don't know what was wrong with him in that game, but neither here. It's whatever now. But yeah, that's why I believe that the Eagles will win. The Chiefs are not invincible. I know they've won a lot of close games this year. I've watched a lot of their games. They know how to win. That's what they do. They know how to win. It's hard to beat them. I do think that a lot of calls go their way. Especially that Texans game. I think that was crazy what I seen in that game. Like the officiating was really favoring the Chiefs a lot. I wouldn't say they favored the Chiefs a lot in that Bills game. There was some calls that were a little tricky, a little questionable, but yeah, we're not gonna really speak too much about the refs and all of that. That's a conversation for another day. But yeah, that's why I believe that the Eagles will win. I believe that they're going to make up for a lot of the issues that they had in that last Super Bowl and change it this time. Because the Eagles is a different team. Now, granted, the Chiefs, they're a different team as well. So, the Eagles, I expect to be prepared for that. But yeah, I'm confident, of my team going into the Super Bowl. I think as the week go by, the anticipation is going to get even. It's going to be twice as high. But yeah, I'm expecting a lot of big things to happen in the Super Bowl. I'm expecting the passing game to pick up where they left off. Now, I'm not expecting the Eagles to put up 55 points on the Chiefs, just being realistic. But I am expecting this offense to pick right up where they left off. I think they got a lot more left in the tank. And I think it's a lot more. I know what you're saying, scoring 55 points and thinking that, that was it. I think it's more. I think it's a lot more. And I believe that we're going to see it next Sunday. And the Chiefs, they're going to bring it too. We already know that. They're going to bring everything they got. But I feels like the Eagles should make up for everything they did wrong in that last Super Bowl. That's just how I feel. Yeah, that's my take right now. As the week go by, I'm gonna get a little more deeper into the matchup on ways that the Eagles can win, stuff that I may see from the Chiefs, weaknesses or anything like that. So I'm gonna break more of that matchup down as the week go by. So I'm looking forward to it. Can't wait for next Sunday. I know we got a whole another week to go, but I'm really looking forward to it. And I'm confident. I'm very confident. I was confident 2 years ago, but I'm just as confident now as I was 2 years ago. That's not changing. It didn't end the way that we wanted it to end, but I'm confident again this time around, and I think it's gonna be different. So yeah, I'm gonna holler at y'all again. In the meantime, y'all be safe. Go Birds.